They come in all shapes and sizes. They are grown for many purposes. They are packaged in many ways. Be it for home cooking, ready-to-eat meals or snacks, potatoes are a big part of our diet and a plant-based food that isn't going away. But which ones are healthier? Which one's more nutritious? How do we know that we've made the right choice? Although it's cooking that makes the potato edible, its food value depends greatly on what was in the raw potato to start with. That is, its chemical composition.
So I would like to know the different build-ups of potatoes, values, nutritions, and what's in my food. Yeah, I think it's very important to know what's on your plate and what you eat.
Many aspects influence the chemical composition of a potato brought in from the field. The location where the potato is grown, the time when the potato was planted, the variety that is being used, and of course, the type of agricultural practice employed. So it's difficult to determine what gives one potato its special nutritional value.
What we recognise is that we'll have a very limited understanding of all the type of actions that plant components might have on health. And what we're desperately looking for is new techniques that will help us to elucidate some of the relationships between what we eat in our diet and human health and disease.
Sophisticated instruments and analytical procedures have begun to help reduce the degree of uncertainty about our food supplies. With what is called metabolic profiling, scientists can now analyze and compare complex chemical profiles of many different food samples within a very short period of time.
We've collected hundreds, if not thousands, of potato samples from various countries, not only in Europe, and we've carried out a lot of metabolic profiling analysis on these potatoes. An example we've been working on is to use metabolic profiling using hundreds of compounds in the analysis to see if we can differentiate between conventionally grown potato crops and organically grown potato crops. And it's pretty obvious that you can separate the conventionally grown potato from the organically grown potato.
The first steps of metabolic profiling are standard procedures. Since the components inside a potato are not evenly distributed, only a few selected pieces are taken for the investigation. Once the exact weight of these selected pieces has been recorded, they are frozen in liquid nitrogen. This is done to preserve the chemical composition of the sampled potatoes for further analysis. And this, in turn, is crucial for the scientist to have confidence in the results of the study. Inside a freeze dryer, an extreme vacuum and very low temperatures make sure that all the moisture is removed from each frozen piece of potato. Pulverizing the freeze-dried potato pieces brings the scientist close to the finishing line. Once an exact amount of the powder has been dissolved, the complex chemical mixture is ready to be analyzed. With a fully automatic gas chromatograph, several samples of these complex chemical mixtures can be analyzed within an hour. First, small amounts of the liquid samples are injected. Then, the chemical mixtures, passing through a 50-meter-long capillary tube inside this high-tech machine, are split into single compounds. As the individual compounds leave the tube at different times, they can be detected and measured separately. Each peak on this graph represents a different compound of the samples that are being analyzed. It was this procedure and extensive statistical analyses that allowed scientists to conclude that there is a significant difference in chemical composition between conventionally and organically grown potatoes.
Clearly, the conclusions we can draw will depend upon our interactions with nutritionists and clinicians. We are plant scientists, we're not human physiologists or medics, so it's important that we have a multidisciplinary approach in terms of interpreting the data in terms of what it means to the consumer and the human being.
So, determining the nutritional value of the potato we have chosen is still a big challenge, but metabolic profiling is an important tool in reaching this goal.
If it was proven that certain potatoes would be better for us, I would definitely change my buying pattern, whether it would be organic or non-organic, whatever is best for myself as a person and the family, that is what I would buy.
Until it's been shown that some potatoes are in fact healthier than others, our buying preferences will largely be determined by our personal taste and experiences.